Well, hello everyone. My name is UnLocke'd, and this is a playthrough and review of Battlefield Hardline, the single player specifically. I will be doing a review on the multiplayer once I've actually played more of it. This is episode 8, so I haven't actually beat the single player yet. I will be covering a lot of the things that I have had issues with this game, and I will also be covering the pros of this game, so the pros and cons specifically. One of the key factors that I actually had major issues with this game to begin with is the fact that when you launch it through Origin, it ends up opening that window in your internet. So it's like your Internet Explorer, your Firefox, or your Google Chrome. And in order to access the game, it pulls up your battle log, and then it asks you if you want to play multiplayer, single player, campaign, or whatever. And with that, I have major issues because of the fact that it would, honestly, if you're looking for the best gaming experience, you don't want to have any tabs open. You don't really want to have anything that will deter your computer from giving you the best graphical fidelity or processing speed that you can actually have. So, that being stated, a lot of the issues that I have had with this game are subtle. So, with the original playthrough that I did of this game, I actually ended up having my entire save erased due to the fact that I went to start playing it again and it started a new save. So it overwrote my save originally with I was playing the medium difficulty, so I didn't want to have to go all the way through everything again. So having to do that, I'm actually on the easiest difficulty because I just wanted to catch up to where I was at and finish the story mode, because I enjoy the story mode of many different games. Now, there's many things in this game that I find really kind of throwbacks to certain things. There's certain lines within this game where it's kind of referencing other pop culture things or movies or other video games themselves, which in the previous episode of this, I think it was episode 7, and you're going through a mansion, and on every TV screen, basically, you're seeing Dead Space. So you can actually watch Dead Space being played, which is kind of cool because this is done by Visceral, the company that actually did Dead Space. And within certain aspects of the dialogue and everything, you have different references as well. There's one reference in one of the earlier missions where they talk about how it was a boring conversation anyway, which is a direct reference to Star Wars. And a lot of people aren't really catching any of these references. Within this one, the bad guy says he's going to rip off your head and shit down your neck or whatever, which is a reference to another movie. And all these little subtle references kind of keep the game entertaining and more available, in a sense, than most of the other Battlefield games that I've played, which I played Vietnam and Battlefield 1942, so it's been a while. And this is a different take on Battlefield in general, because I'm used to the war aspect of things with Battlefield. As I've stated before, I've only played Battlefield 1942, all the expansions, and then Battlefield Vietnam, which were years ago. So having this cops and robbers type idea, which is technically a ripoff of another video game that started doing that beforehand, which was probably a ripoff of another game that was trying to do that beforehand before that. So it's kind of a copycat of probably another copycat. So I can't really bash the game for trying to do something different in the Battlefield genre of things, but I can actually bash it for trying to copy other people and make money off of what they're doing. One of the first games that comes to my brain and everything is The Heist, or there's a couple others that I can't even think of right now. But that being said, it's one of those things where you can't really differentiate this game from those, because they're trying to beat each other, in my opinion. And I haven't really played much of Heist or whatnot, but I have played a bit of it, and due to that fact, I've come to realize that copycats try to one-up each other. And with this game, there's lots of driving. And I actually have to say the driving in this game is actually, since I play on my keyboard and my mouse and everything, I don't like the driving at all. If I had a controller or something, it might be better, but the controls are just so wonky, in a sense, on my keyboard. And the shooting is actually pretty good, except for the instance where I've had a couple instances where this has actually happened, where I have my rifle, which has a sniper scope on it, and a silencer, which it's a silencer. You shouldn't be able to hear it. But when I hit someone and they don't die, when I actually have like the biggest, baddest weapons there are in this, and I have the biggest caliber round, which I do believe was like the 338 or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I've actually hit people, and the only time they die is when I hit them in the head. If I hit them anywhere else, even if it doesn't look like they're wearing body armor, they're still alive. And there's a couple instances where this has actually happened to me. And there's other instances where apparently the guy was in front of me and not hiding behind anything, and I'd shoot him in the head and he wouldn't die. I'd shoot him in the chest, he wouldn't die. And then he'd move over a little bit and then I'd hit him. And it didn't make much sense in the single player. I've actually had this happen a couple times in multiplayer as well. So it's one of those things where it needs work, but it's mostly solid. It's mostly really well done. And the story, yes, the story is very blasé. In a sense, it's SVU or all that other crap, criminal intent or whatever you want to call it, but it's basically a cop drama, and it's a different take on a video game, because I haven't really seen cop dramas in a video game, and it grows that whole idea of a video game could be more of a cinematic experience, and experience with interactiveness, so to speak, which in a sense, interactive cutscenes and everything are kind of annoying with a lot of stuff, but at the same time, when you have really good voice acting, decent dialogue, which I wouldn't actually say this game has amazing dialogue or really good dialogue, I'd say decent, there's a potential to expand upon this and make it better. And if they were to change the story and tweak it a bit to where things weren't as per se predictable, it would make it easier for people to want to gravitate towards it. And I've been playing this game for about a week now, as I said, and this is, as I said, my second playthrough, and I've been playing the multiplayer, which is a lot of fun. It really is, but it also has a couple issues with that as well, because of the connectivity issues that I have. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, there's issues with every video game online. I mean, you get kicked or booted or whatever, but with this, it doesn't log in. It doesn't want to log in. It can't find this. It can't find that. And it's Origin, in my opinion, that's causing the issue, because they're the ones connecting me to the server, from what I know. So it's the Origin program is the issue, and the way it's being run is the issue. I mean, the first time I actually loaded this game up, I sat here for an hour trying to play the single player. It loaded for an hour straight. I'm not even joking. And I actually have to blame Origin for that. So either EA, which everybody hates EA, and I understand why, but at the same time, they're still just trying to make a buck. And they also are in a sense, a group with a whole bunch of other companies like Visceral and DICE and everything, and they're working on trying to do things differently and try and keep up with the computer version of things, which is Steam. Because I've actually gone on Steam, and you can actually only find a couple games by EA that are actually Battlefield games on Steam. It's like Battlefield Bad Company 1 and 2, if I remember correctly. Other than that, you actually can't find any Battlefield games on there. And there's quite a few Battlefield games. So having that being said, they're trying to move everything from Steam over to Origin, and Origin isn't solid yet. So I would suggest EA work on Origin, because if I have to open up a tab to play a game that I bought through you and load for an hour to actually play the game, there's a problem. My issues with this game are not with this game. They're more with EA and Origin and the connectivity issues that I've had. I mean, most of the gameplay is solid. I enjoy playing this game. It's fun. The voice acting's decently good. So you have real actors playing these parts, and they're actually pretty good actors, and they do it well, and face scans and whatnot for some of them, if not all of them, are actually really well done. I like the ability that I can stealth through things, and the other issue that I have is when I'm doing stealth stuff, I get loud weapons. I don't get that. Everybody's saying that, and so am I, because if you're going to sit here and play a game stealthy, you need to get better stealth weapons instead of loud shotguns and rifles and loud machine guns. So they don't help you in the end because you're trying to get everything. And the easiest way to rank up your expert, from what I've seen, is actually do everything stealth. And through doing everything stealth, you get better. You unlock weapons like crazy doing that. You unlock ranks and this and that and expertise, but you can't sit there and do these things and get the weapons that, in a sense, are really loud, or a machine gun. I mean, I'm a cop. I'm a cop, and I'm running around with a machine gun. Now, if I was SWAT, that's totally understandable, kind of, really. I don't know. Sure, we'll go with that. If you're a SWAT, you can have an assault rifle. I'll go with that. But when you're just a basic cop, or police officer, or policeman, or policewoman, or whatever you want to call it, you can't sit there and run around with a shotgun and a machine gun or any of this stuff. I mean, yeah, you can have a shotgun in the car, but you don't have that on you at all times. So running through the game and playing the game is one thing, but being accurate to reality is another. So I would like the game to be a little more accurate. I mean, I like the stealth. The stealth actually adds a lot of fun to the game. I mean, I punch the guy, I knock him out. They do make a lot of the same noises, which is a little annoying, but also I've noticed that it takes a while for people to actually register that I'm there. So I'll run up and I'll be right in front of a guy and I'll just be crouched and the bar will go up and he'll literally be looking at me and he'll be like, "Dirt," and he won't be shooting at me. He won't be calling his buddies. He won't be hitting the alarm. He'll just stand there and I'm like, okay. I mean, that may be because of the difficulty I'm playing on right now, because I just wanted to catch up to where I was at. Or it could just be the fact that the AI in this game is just that horrid. So that needs to be a little worked on as well. So, in my opinion, this game is actually worth a playthrough. It really is. And if you have friends that play Battlefield games online, go ahead and get it. It's actually worth a play. Now, I'm warning you, the multiplayer actually is kind of hard to get into. The only ways that I've actually been able to get into a server and stay in a server is through the quick matches. Now, going to the servers themselves and joining, I normally lose connectivity or get kicked. Now, through that, there's other aspects of things as well. You can have your own server or whatnot, but it's up to you. I'm not going to say that this game is horrible like everybody else is saying, because it's actually a decent playthrough. It's actually a decent cop game, and it's kind of fun to play. And if there was more interactiveness in the game, like more open world, so to speak, and more people in the area, so you can kind of sort of do Grand Theft Auto type stuff and take out the bad guys that are speeding or whatever. I mean, this right here is what I was talking about with the guy saw me. But you have those issues where you're sitting there going, well, this game could have been so much more. This game could have been so much better. It could have just been an open world. It could have been, in a sense, a mixture between Grand Theft Auto and... what the heck was that other one? Oh, it's the one where you overthrow the people. I can't remember the name of it. Oh, I feel horrible. It's they're coming up with a third one. I did thud. Me and my games right now, I can't even think. But it gives you the ability to sit there and be like, oh, freeze, which is cool. I know I never use that, though, because it's too slow. And it gives the opponent or AI an issue, or the ability to actually sit there and be like, oh, well, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to just sit. sit here and do all this other stuff. And I swear I have arrested, knocked out, and shot that guy over 100 times. Same guy, because he's right there in the beginning of the game. When you walk in and you see him, and he's the second guy you go to cuff, and then everything hits the fan. So it's a lot of fun to play this game in single player and in multiplayer. It's not horrible like everybody's saying. I'm not going to justify the fact that it is worth this much money on certain things. Like if you spent 80, 70, 120 bucks, it's not worth that in my opinion. Now, the base $60 or $50 or whatever it is worth it. I honestly can say that. Now, the upwards prices, not worth it in my opinion, because basically everything that I've seen is you can actually unlock basically everything within the game itself. So, I may be wrong on that. I apologize if I am. But everything that I have seen is I can actually go through and unlock literally everything through playing the game. Now, spending $120 isn't worth it to me to do something like this. Now, if it was a collector's edition and I got like a replica gun or a badge or something specific, yes, I could understand that. But it's a digital download on my computer. I went on Origin, I paid for it, I bought it, I downloaded it, which didn't take me maybe an hour, maybe. And then I started to play it, and it sat there for an hour and loaded. So, and after that, it's actually taken about 10-15 minutes to actually even load up when I go into the single player. So if you're willing to deal with some connectivity issues and some really odd versions of Origin being stupid, go ahead and buy the game, because I enjoy it. Now, I have no idea if these connectivity issues are on the same on the Xbox, the PS4, or whatnot. So, the vistas are beautiful, the scenery is beautiful, but the game is not open. And that's the one disappointment I actually have with this game. So, gameplay-wise, multiplayer, single player, all that, I actually have to give this game a definite 7-8. And then you throw in the random references to pop culture events or movies and everything, and it kind of bumps it up to an 8.5 in my opinion, possibly even a 9. So it's worth a playthrough. It really is. Now, I'm going to leave it up to you guys to actually figure out if you want to spend the 50, 60 bucks for it. But I enjoy it. I'm having fun with it. I've been playing it for, as I said, a week. So basically, I would like to thank you all for watching, and please like, subscribe, and share my videos, and keep watching, because you never know what I'm going to do next.